out here because we love America.
I just came out because I really wanted to show President Trump that New York supports him.
He's for the people.
So tell me, what about former President Trump makes you come out today? What makes you come out to this rally?
Well, first and foremost, the opportunity that he all gives us as a president of the United States. He just opens up the entire powerhouse of the United States of America, and it allows us to grow and grow continuously. Although it was a short 4 years that the world was against him and he was public enemy number one, every American was able to find opportunity to empower their life.
We support Trump because we know that he cares about the issues that happen here in this community, even to the point where he has actually showed up here today, all right, in the South Bronx, the dirty South Bronx, okay, that is full of crime and poverty, dilapidated housing, failing schools, unemployment, crime, and he's actually here to listen to and deliver a message to the people that, listen, I'm here, I'm listening to you, you have my ear, and I encourage all listeners, all right, that live in these communities, not just the South Bronx, but all over New York City, also upstate, Albany, Troy, Schenectady, Buffalo, Rochester, all of those, deprived and neglected communities, all right? You have the ear of Donald Trump, all right? He's not God, but you have his ear, and he can make things happen. If he only, if we would just open our mouths and speak and let him know what our issues are.
I mean, I support, America First policy, border control, everything, we support everything that Donald Trump supports. I came out, it's 9-hour drive for me. We go to mostly all the rallies. We're part of the group called the Front Row Joes. And this is important. I mean, New York itself is important.
I support Donald Trump because he's right on all the issues. He's going to bring back fracking so we're not energy dependent on the world. We're going to sell energy to other countries. He's going to close the border. He's going to send all of the illegal migrants who are unvetted. We don't know who they are. They're fentanyl smugglers. They're terrorists in there. There's not all of them, but there's a lot in there. He's going to create good jobs, not like AOC, who just threw $25,000 from Amazon out the window. Donald Trump is right on all the issues. There should be no sexual teaching of 5-year-olds in schools. There should be voting by ID on election day only.
Lower inflations, everything was cheaper. Like I said before on multiple things, like chicken cutlet was cheap, steak was cheap, gas was cheap. So we got to show support to things that affect the poor community and the middle class, which is actually things like that, not real estate and property tax. The middle class don't even own property, all renters. So while having Trump in office, everything was super cheap. You could get a paycheck and you could live off the paycheck for about 2 weeks. Now you get a paycheck, you can live off the paycheck for about 4 days. Different.
Even though I'm a union member, and my union they always try us to, because they always endorse whoever's on the Democrat side, but forget it, enough is enough. I gotta vote for someone who looks out for my family and for the future of the country.
Besides the fact that he's just a New Yorker like I am, his policies aligned with my lifestyle, and that's something that I stand by. I always tell people, vote policy over person, because that's very important.
I think the number one issue for me is really his international policy and foreign affairs. I really don't like the idea of going to war with anyone, including ourselves, and Trump did bring a lot of peace and stability around the world.
Donald Trump is our first rock star superhero president. He's the real life Tony Stark. He's President Iron Man. It's enormous fun being at a Trump rally. But I'm also here because, when he ran for president the first time in 2016, Donald Trump said, he said to people like us, the working men and women of America, the working people, I've got your back. We were in trouble and he had our back.
Let me ask you this question. Isn't George Soros buying up all the conservative AM talking radio stations?
Our owner, John Katzimatidis, will not let that happen.
Okay, well, thank you, miss. Thank you, sir. And please don't let that happen, because we're sick and tired of the lies that, the narrative creator medias that we've been born into. And that's why, people, average anons, citizens behind a computer desk had to open up our mouths to give the people a perception of reality.
Did you vote for Trump in the past, in 2016, 2020?
I have happily only voted for Trump my whole entire life. I registered to vote as soon as he ran.
It's my first time actually going to vote. I've never voted at all, ever. So, I mean, I've been engulfed full of Democrat people around me, like everybody in my family. I mean, when you're brown or black, you're just kind of conditioned to just be a Democrat, even though you don't even know why. People just tell you, like, oh, you know, they do things for the poor community. Then you get older and you do your own research. It's like, I haven't seen them do nothing for the poor community at all.
I'm a 40-year Democrat who has turned away and walked away from the Democratic Party because of the way I was treated after my son was killed. You know, the way the party turned against me, and they would not support me in my efforts.
No, I actually did not support him in 2016 until those promises that he made, he kept. Upon then, he had my full endorsement.
Do you think the legal cases are going to have any impact on November's election?
No, not really, because I've been watching what's been going on, and it's all just fluff. It's all blowing up. Everything from Jack Smith, who blew the case against gold bars, and everything else. It's all just going kaput.
Those cases will have zero impact whatsoever, with or without an innocent or guilty plea. The American people is standing behind Donald Trump. The bluest of the blue here in the South Bronx is backing Donald. Donald's a smart, calculating man. He's come here specifically because he knows that if he can carry the bluest of the blue, which is the Bronx, New York, he can win the election.
They might, on the people that are just on the, I guess, like as mainstream news would say, jump on the Trump train. It definitely would probably affect them, like knowing that somebody's like going through trial and persecutions and stuff like that. In the eyes of your average folk who don't know the whole backstory, they're just like, all right, I'm not gonna give him my vote because he's a criminal. And that's easy to relate to when you're brown and black.
I think the legal cases against him are absolutely bogus, especially the ones here in Manhattan. You know, Alvin Bragg, he bogus charges, made up charges, just like he reduced the murder and gang assault of one of the ones that accused of killing my son down to assault with a shoe, and that's not even on the books as a crime. He dismissed murder down to assault with a shoe. So the same thing he's doing to Trump, he's doing to, to me and my family, And this has been going on since he came into office in 2020. So this is nothing new. This is the way he gets down. This is day one memo, all right, that he was not going to be prosecuting crime. So everyday people are not getting the justice that they deserve for, the crimes committed against them. Especially mothers and families of homicide victims.
What brings me here today is the disgraceful attempted prosecution, attempted to put Donald Trump in jail for the rest of his life, of our president, my president, Donald John Trump. It is utterly disgraceful. If Donald Trump wasn't running again for re-election for president, they would have never even arrested him or charged him. It's a trumped-up charges by rogue DA prosecutors because Joseph Biden is scared to come against Donald in the election. He's scared. He knows he can't win.
You know what? Even if he goes to jail, Trump from prison, we're voting you in.
I take off from work and I come here because I want to do my part to help win people over and to let President Trump know we're behind you, sir.
I came around in 2020. I went hard for Trump. 2024, I'm going hard for Trump. And 2028 forever, I'm going hard for Trump.
I love you, Donald. Stay strong. We got your backs. And that's my president right here. Donald Trump, 2024, we love you. We love America. We love New York City. And he will turn New York City, New York State, and New Jersey red. It's going to shock the world, just like Ronald Reagan came here in 1986. It's going to shock the world.